A Hedge Knight's Tale. Gentle knight in the 7 kingdoms, the day is ending now, as it always does, with the sun moving slowly down toward the place where the land meets the sky. The light is changing, becoming softer and less bright, and the colors are shifting from the clear blue of afternoon to something gentler, something that sits between day and night. There is violet in the sky now, and a kind of gold that seems old and tired, as if the sun itself is ready to rest. The traveler has been riding for many hours, and he too is ready to rest, ready to find a place where he can stop and be still for a while. He is a hedge knight, though the title means less now than it once did, and he travels alone except for his horse, a patient animal with a dark coat and steady eyes. The road behind him is long and dusty, winding through fields and woods and small villages that all look much the same. He does not think about the road behind him now. He thinks only about the evening ahead and the quiet that is beginning to settle over the land. The air is cooling, not quickly, but in a slow and natural way, and he can feel the change against his face and hands as he rides. Ahead there is a river, wide and calm, its surface catching the last of the daylight and holding it for a moment before letting it go. The sound of the water is soft and constant, a gentle murmur that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Near the river bank there is a tree, an elm tree, very old and very large, with branches that spread wide and roots that dig deep into the earth. The knight has seen many trees in his travels, but this one seems like a good place to stop, a place where he can rest without worry or concern. He guides his horse toward the tree, moving slowly, letting the animal find its own pace. There is no hurry now. The day is done, and the night is patient. The grass beneath the horse's hooves is soft and green, still damp from the morning dew that has not yet dried away completely. The knight can smell the grass and the river and the earth itself, all mixing together in the cooling air. It is a familiar smell, one that he has known many times before, and it brings with it a sense of comfort and calm. When he reaches the tree, he stops and sits still for a moment, looking around at the meadow and the river and the sky. Everything is quiet. There are no other travelers on the road, no voices calling out, no sounds of movement or activity, just the river and the tree, and the soft whisper of the wind moving through the branches overhead. The knight takes a slow breath, feeling the air fill his lungs and then leave again, and he lets himself relax just a little, knowing that this is a safe place, a place where he can rest. He dismounts carefully, his movements practiced and unhurried. His legs are stiff from the long ride, but not painfully so, and he takes a moment to stretch and shift his weight from one foot to the other. The horse stands patiently beside him, waiting, and the knight reaches out to pat its neck, a simple gesture of gratitude and companionship. The horse's coat is warm beneath his hand, and he can feel the steady rise and fall of its breathing, a rhythm that matches the slow, gentle rhythm of the evening itself. The knight begins to unsaddle the horse, working with the same careful, deliberate movements that he has practiced 1,000 times before. He unbuckles the straps that hold the saddle in place, one by one, and the soft clink of metal against metal is the only sound besides the river and the wind. He lifts the saddle from the horse's back and sets it down on the grass, then takes a moment to brush his hand over the animal's coat, smoothing down the hair that has been pressed flat by the weight of the saddle. The horse shifts slightly, lowering its head to graze on the grass, and the knight smiles a little, a small and quiet expression that no one else is there to see. He takes the saddlebags and sets them down beside the saddle, then unrolls a blanket and spreads it out on the ground beneath the tree. The blanket is old and worn, but it is clean and soft, and it smells faintly of the hay and wood smoke that have soaked into its fibers over the years. He places his pack beside the blanket, and his sword, still in its scabbard, on the other side. He does not expect to need the sword tonight. This is a quiet place, a safe place, and he feels no sense of danger or concern. The sun is lower now, almost touching the horizon, and the sky is deepening into shades of purple and deep blue. The first stars are beginning to appear, faint and distant, like tiny points of light scattered across a vast and endless canvas. The knight looks up at them for a moment, then looks away, turning his attention back to the tasks at hand. There is still work to do before he can rest, simple work, but work that must be done. He gathers sticks and small branches from the ground around the tree, moving slowly and without haste. The wood is dry and easy to find, and he collects enough to build a small fire, just enough to provide warmth and light for the evening. He arranges the sticks in a careful pile, then takes a flint and steel from his pack and strikes them together, once, twice, 3 times, until a spark catches and the kindling begins to smolder. He blows gently on the ember, coaxing it into a small flame, and then adds more wood, piece by piece, until the fire is burning steadily with a low and gentle crackling sound. The fire is small and modest, not a large blaze, but a quiet companion, and it casts a warm and flickering light against the bark of the tree and the grass around it. The knight sits down on his blanket, cross-legged, and watches the flames for a while, letting his mind settle and his thoughts drift away. The warmth of the fire is pleasant against his face and hands, and he can feel the tension of the day beginning to ease from his shoulders and back. He reaches into his saddlebag and takes out a simple meal, bread and cheese and a small piece of dried meat. Nothing special, but enough to quiet his hunger. He eats slowly, chewing each bite carefully, tasting the salt and the grain and the faint tang of the cheese. There is no rush. The night is long, and there is nowhere he needs to be, nothing he needs to do. He drinks from a water skin, the water cool and clean, and then sets the skin aside and wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. The horse is grazing nearby, moving slowly from one patch of grass to another, its head low and its movements calm and unhurried. The knight watches it for a while, finding a kind of peace in the simple, repetitive motion of the animal eating. Everything is quiet. Everything is still. The river continues to flow, the fire continues to burn, and the night continues to deepen around them. He takes off his boots and sets them aside, then stretches out his legs and wiggles his toes, feeling the cool grass beneath his feet. It is a simple pleasure, a small relief, and he lets himself enjoy it for a moment before pulling his cloak around his shoulders and settling back against the tree. The bark is rough against his back, but not uncomfortable, and he shifts a little until he finds a position that feels right. The sky is darker now, almost fully dark, and the stars are brighter and more numerous than before. The knight looks up at them, following the patterns and constellations that he has known since he was a boy. There's the sword, and the maiden and the old king, all in their familiar places, all constant and unchanging. He does not know the names of all the stars, but he knows enough to find his way when he needs to, and that is enough. The fire has settled into a steady rhythm now, burning low and even, with flames that rise and fall in a slow and hypnotic dance. The night watches them, his eyes half closed, his breathing slow and deep. He can feel the weight of the day settling over him, a gentle heaviness that pulls at his eyelids and makes his limbs feel heavy and relaxed. He does not fight it. There is no reason to fight it. This is the time for rest, for letting go, for allowing the world to continue on without him for a while. He thinks for a moment about the road ahead, about the villages and towns that he will pass through, about the people he will meet and the places he will see. But the thoughts are distant and vague, more like dreams than plans, and he lets them drift away without holding on to them. Tomorrow will come, as it always does, and he will deal with it then. For now there is only this moment, this fire, this tree, this quiet and peaceful place beside the river. The wind moves through the branches of the elm, rustling the leaves with a soft and gentle sound, like whispers or secrets shared between friends. The night listens to it, finding a kind of comfort in the sound, a kind of companionship. He is alone, but he is not lonely. The tree is here, and the horse, and the river, and the stars, and that is enough. He reaches out and adds another piece of wood to the fire, not because it needs it, but because it feels like the right thing to do. The flames rise a little, then settle back down, and the warmth spreads a little further, a little deeper. The knight pulls his cloak tighter around himself and lets his eyes close just for a moment, just to rest them. The sounds of the night are all around him now, soft and distant, like a song that has no beginning and no end. The river, the wind, the crackling of the fire, the soft shuffle of the horse's hooves on the grass. Each sound is separate, but they all blend together into something harmonious and whole, something that feels safe and familiar and right. He opens his eyes again and looks at the fire, watching the way the flames move and shift, never staying in one place for long, always changing, but always the same. There is something soothing about it, something that makes it easy to forget the worries and concerns of the day, to let them fade into the background and disappear. He thinks about nothing in particular, just lets his mind wander where it will, drifting from one thought to another, without holding on to any of them for long. The night is fully dark now, and the stars are bright and clear, scattered across the sky like a million tiny candles. The moon has not yet risen, but the starlight is enough to see by, enough to make out the shapes of the tree and the river and the horse grazing nearby. The knight takes a slow breath, feeling the cool night air fill his lungs, and then lets it out again, a long and steady exhale that seems to carry away the last of the tension from his body. He shifts his position slightly, adjusting the cloak around his shoulders and settling more comfortably against the tree. The bark is rough, but it is also solid and reassuring, a reminder that he is safe here, that nothing will disturb him tonight. He can feel the ground beneath him, solid and firm, and he can feel the warmth of the fire on his face, and he can hear the gentle murmur of the river, and all of these things together create a sense of peace and contentment that fills him from the inside out. The horse has stopped grazing now and is standing still, its head lowered, its eyes half closed. It looks as tired as the knight feels, and he is glad that the animal can rest here too, that it does not have to keep walking or carrying him any further tonight. Tomorrow they will move on, but tonight they can both be still, both be at peace. The fire crackles softly, and a small shower of sparks rises up into the air, glowing bright for a moment before fading away into nothing. The night watches them go, feeling a kind of kinship with them, a sense that he too is small and brief and temporary, but that there is something beautiful in that, something worth appreciating. He does not dwell on the thought, just lets it pass through his mind like water through his fingers, and then it is gone. He reaches into his pack and takes out a small cloth, then uses it to wipe the dust from his face and hands. The cloth is clean and soft, and it feels good against his skin, cool and refreshing. He folds it carefully and puts it back in the pack, then takes out a small wooden cup and fills it with water from the water skin. He drinks slowly, savoring the coolness of the water, the way it soothes his throat and refreshes his mouth. When he is finished, he sets the cup aside and leans back against the tree again, letting his eyes drift closed once more. The world is quiet and still, and the night feels himself beginning to drift, not quite asleep, but not quite awake either, somewhere in between, a place where thoughts and dreams mix together, and it is hard to tell one from the other. He does not mind. This is a comfortable place to be, a place where nothing is urgent or important, where he can just exist without needing to do anything or be anything in particular. The river continues to flow, its voice a soft and constant presence in the background, a lullaby that never ends. The night listens to it, letting the sound wash over him, through him. He thinks briefly about the villages he has passed through, about the people he has met and the conversations he has had. But the memories are distant and hazy, and he does not hold on to them. The stars above him are so bright and clear that they seem almost close enough to touch. But it is only a fancy, a fleeting thought, and he lets it go without regret. The fire is burning lower now, the flames smaller and less energetic, and the night knows that soon it will be nothing more than glowing embers. He does not add more wood. The fire has done its work. He pulls the cloak more tightly around himself, wrapping it around his shoulders and chest, and he can feel the weight of it, the warmth of it. It is like a second skin, this cloak, something that he has worn for so long that it has become a part of him. The horse shifts its weight from one leg to another, a small and subtle movement, and then is still again. The night opens his eyes just enough to see the animal standing there, a dark shape against the darker background of the night. The wind moves through the grass, bending the blades and making them whisper and sigh, and the night listens to the sound. He can feel his thoughts beginning to slow, to drift apart. He shifts his position one more time, adjusting the way his head rests against the tree, and then he is still, his body relaxed and comfortable. The fire continues to glow softly beside him, and the river continues to flow, and the stars continue to shine. The night closes his eyes and lets himself drift deeper into that space between waking and sleeping, where the world becomes soft and indistinct, where time loses its meaning, and there is only the present moment, stretching out endlessly in all directions. He can feel the warmth of the fire on his face, faint now but still there, and he can hear the river and the wind and the soft breathing of the horse, and all of these sounds blend together into a kind of symphony, a kind of harmony that fills him with a deep and profound sense of peace. He thinks about the journey he has been on, the roads he has traveled, the places he has seen. But the thoughts are slow and lazy, like clouds drifting across a summer sky, and they do not trouble him. He has been many places and seen many things, but none of them seem as important now as this quiet moment beneath the elm tree, beside the river, under the stars. This is where he is meant to be, at least for tonight, and he accepts that without question or hesitation. The fire is almost out now, just a few glowing embers left, pulsing softly with a gentle orange light. The night watches them through half-closed eyes, seeing the way they rise and fall, like a heartbeat, like the slow and steady rhythm of life itself. He can feel his own heart beating in his chest, slow and calm, and he feels connected to the fire, to the earth, to everything around him, all part of the same great and quiet whole. The horse is settled down now, lying on the ground a short distance away, its legs tucked beneath it, its eyes closed. The knight is glad to see the animal resting, glad that it too can find peace and comfort here in this place. He watches it for a moment, then lets his eyes close again, feeling the weight of sleep beginning to pull at him, gentle and insistent, like a hand guiding him down into softness and warmth. The river flows on as it has for countless years, as it will for countless years to come, and the night listens to its voice, finding in it a kind of timelessness, a sense that this moment is both fleeting and eternal, both unique and part of something much larger. He does not try to understand it, does not try to grasp it or hold on to it. He simply lets it be, lets it wash over him and through him, carrying him along like a leaf on the current. The stars above him are beginning to blur and soften, their light becoming less distinct, and he knows that he is drifting deeper now, closer to sleep, closer to dreams. But he is not quite there yet, still hovering in that space between, still aware of the fire and the river and the tree, still feeling the cool night air on his face and the warmth of the cloak around his shoulders. He takes another slow breath, feeling the air move in and out of his lungs, and he lets it carry away the last of his thoughts, the last of his awareness of anything beyond this moment. There is no past, no future, only this endless and peaceful present, this quiet and gentle now. He can feel himself sinking deeper into the earth, becoming part of it, rooted like the tree beside him, solid and still and at peace. The wind moves through the branches again, a soft and gentle sound, and the night listens to it, hearing in it the voice of the world itself, a voice that speaks of continuity and calm, of the endless cycle of day and night, of seasons and years, of life itself moving forward in its own slow and steady rhythm. He is part of that rhythm now, part of that cycle, and he is content to be so, content to let go of everything else and simply be. The fire is nothing more than a faint glow now, barely visible, but the night can still feel its warmth, faint and distant but still there, a reminder that he is safe, that he is cared for, that there is still light and warmth in the world even in the deepest darkness. He holds on to that feeling, that sense of safety and comfort, and he lets it fill him completely, pushing out everything else, leaving only peace and stillness and rest. The horse breathes softly in its sleep, a gentle and rhythmic sound, and the night listens to it, finding in it a kind of companionship. The animal is here with him, sharing this moment, sharing this peace. He can feel the ground beneath him solid and firm, and he can feel the tree at his back, strong and steady, and he can feel the cloak around him, warm and protective. He does not need to worry about anything, does not need to think about anything. The river continues to flow, its voice a soft and constant murmur, and the knight listens to it, letting the sound fill his mind and his heart, washing away everything else. There is only the river now, only the gentle and endless flow of water over stone, smooth and soothing and eternal. He can feel himself becoming part of it, his breath matching its rhythm, his heartbeat slowing to match its pace, and he is content to let it carry him wherever it will. The stars above him are fading now, or perhaps it is just that his eyes are closing, that he is sinking deeper into sleep and can no longer see them clearly. But he knows they are still there, still shining, still watching over him, and that is enough. He does not need to see them to know that they are there, to feel their presence, to be comforted by their light. The knight takes one more slow breath, feeling the cool night air fill his lungs, and then he lets it out again, a long and steady exhale that seems to last forever. And then he is still, his body relaxed and at peace, his mind quiet and calm, and he lets himself drift down into the softness and the warmth and the darkness, down into sleep, down into dreams, down into the endless and peaceful now. The horse sleeps on, undisturbed, its breathing slow and even, and the river flows on, as it always has, as it always will. The tree stands watch over them both, its branches spreading wide, its roots digging deep, a silent guardian in the night. The knight is asleep now, deeply asleep, his breathing slow and regular, his face peaceful and calm. The cloak is wrapped around him like a cocoon, warm and protective, and he is safe here beneath the tree, beside the river, under the stars. Nothing will disturb him tonight. Nothing will wake him. The night deepens around him, the darkness becoming more complete, more absolute, but it is not a frightening darkness. It is a gentle darkness, a comforting darkness, the kind of darkness that wraps around you like a blanket and keeps you safe and warm. The river flows on, its voice growing softer and more distant, until it is almost inaudible, just a faint whisper in the background, a gentle reminder that the world is still here, still moving, still alive, but the night does not hear it any more. He is too deep in sleep, too far away. The horse shifts slightly in its sleep, a small and unconscious movement, and then is still again. The tree stands watch, its branches moving gently in the wind, its leaves rustling with a sound like whispers. The night is long, but it is not infinite. Eventually the sky will begin to lighten in the east, the stars will fade, and the sun will rise again, bringing with it a new day. But that is still many hours away. For now there is only the darkness, only the quiet, only the peace. The wind moves through the grass, bending the blades and making them dance, and then moves on, leaving everything still and quiet again. The river flows on, carrying the water downstream, toward the sea, toward whatever lies ahead. But the knight does not think about that. He does not think about anything. He is asleep. The ashes of the fire are cool now, cold to the touch, and the warmth that they once provided is gone. But the knight does not need the fire any more. He has the cloak and the tree and the soft grass beneath him. The horse breathes softly in its sleep, a gentle and rhythmic sound, and the knight breathes too, his breath matching the horse's, slow and even and calm. They are companions in this, as they are companions in everything, and they rest together in the darkness, beneath the tree, beside the river, under the stars. The night is quiet now, so quiet that it seems as if the world itself is holding its breath, waiting for something, though what that something might be, no one can say. But the night does not wonder about it, does not question it. He is asleep, and in sleep there are no questions, no uncertainties, no doubts. There is only the deep and peaceful rest, the soft and gentle void that holds him and keeps him safe. The stars continue to shine, their light traveling across the vast emptiness of space to reach the earth below, to touch the tree and the river and the night and the horse with their gentle glow. They have been shining for longer than anyone can remember, and they will continue to shine long after the night and the horse are gone, long after the tree has fallen and the river has dried up. But for now they shine on this quiet scene, this peaceful moment, this simple and beautiful night. The wind has died down now, and the air is still and calm. The leaves of the tree are motionless, and the grass does not move. Everything is perfectly still, perfectly quiet, as if the world has paused for a moment to catch its breath. The night sleeps on, unaware of the stillness, unaware of anything except the deep and peaceful rest that has claimed him. The river flows on, but its voice is so faint now that it is almost impossible to hear, just a whisper of a whisper, a memory of a sound. The water moves over the stones, smooth and slow, carrying with it the reflections of the stars, carrying with it the memories of all the places it has been and all the places it will go. But the night does not see it, does not hear it. He is asleep, and in sleep there is only darkness and warmth and peace. The horse sleeps too, its dreams gentle and formless, images of grass and sun and open fields, of running and standing still, of being with the night and being alone. But the dreams are not important, not really. What is important is the rest, the deep and healing rest that allows the body to recover from the day's journey, that allows the mind to let go of the day's worries and concerns. The night's breathing is so slow and so quiet that it is almost impossible to hear, just a faint whisper of air moving in and out of his lungs. His heart beats slowly and steadily in his chest, a gentle and constant rhythm that keeps him alive, that keeps him connected to the world even in the deepest sleep. He is alive, and he is resting, and that is all that matters. The tree stands watch over him, its branches spread wide, its roots digging deep into the earth. It has stood here for many years, has seen many travelers come and go, has provided shelter and shade to countless people and animals. It will stand here for many years to come, long after the night has moved on, long after this night has been forgotten. But for now it is here, and the night is here, and they are together in this quiet and peaceful moment. The night deepens, the darkness becoming more complete, more absolute. The stars shine on, but their light seems fainter now, more distant, as if they too are beginning to fade into sleep. The river flows on, its voice a soft and distant murmur, barely audible, just a faint whisper in the background. The night sleeps on, his breathing slow and even, his body relaxed and at peace. The cloak around him is warm and heavy, a familiar weight that comforts him even in his sleep. He can feel it against his skin, can feel the rough texture of the wool, can smell the faint scent of wood smoke that clings to it. It is like an old friend, this cloak, something that has been with him for so long that he cannot remember a time when he did not have it. It has kept him warm on cold nights, has kept him dry in the rain, has been a blanket and a shelter and a companion. And now it is here with him, wrapped around him, keeping him safe and warm as he sleeps. The horse shifts slightly, a small and unconscious movement, and then is still again. Its breathing is slow, and even its body relaxed and comfortable. It is a good horse, a patient horse, a horse that has carried the night many miles and will carry him many more. But for now it, too, is resting, allowing its body to recover, allowing itself to simply be. The night's dreams are soft and gentle, without shape or form, just vague impressions of light and warmth and peace. He does not dream of specific things, does not dream of people or places or events. He simply dreams, allowing his mind to wander where it will, to drift through the soft and gentle void without purpose or direction. It is a good kind of dreaming, a restful kind of dreaming, the kind that leaves you feeling refreshed and renewed when you wake. The river continues to flow, carrying the water downstream, toward the sea, toward whatever lies ahead. But the night does not think about the sea, does not think about what lies ahead. He is asleep, and in sleep there is no future, no past, only the endless and peaceful present. The water moves over the stones, smooth and slow, and the night sleeps on, undisturbed, at peace. The stars above him are fading now, their light becoming dimmer and less distinct. The night is at its deepest point, the darkest hour before the dawn, and everything is still and quiet and calm. The night sleeps on, his breathing slow and regular, his face peaceful and relaxed. The night continues to deepen around him, the darkness becoming more complete, more absolute, but it is not a frightening darkness. It is a gentle darkness, a comforting darkness, the kind of darkness that wraps around you and keeps you warm and safe. The wind moves through the branches of the tree, a soft and gentle sound. The night does not hear it, not consciously, but some part of him registers the sound, and he relaxes even more, sinking even deeper into sleep. The horse breathes softly, its dreams gentle and peaceful, and the night breathes too, his breath matching the horse's, slow and even and calm. They are together in this, companions in rest as they are companions in travel, and they sleep on undisturbed at peace. The river flows on, its voice so faint now that it is almost impossible to hear, just a whisper, just a memory of a sound. The water moves over the stones, smooth and slow, carrying with it the reflections of the stars, carrying with it the memories of all the places it has been. But the night does not hear it, does not see it. He is asleep, lost in dreams, lost in the soft and gentle void. The tree stands watch, its branches spread wide, its leaves rustling gently in the wind. It has stood here for many years, has seen many nights like this one, has provided shelter to many travelers, and it will stand here for many years to come, long after this night is over, long after the night has moved on. But for now it is here, and the night is here, and they are together in this quiet and peaceful moment. The night is long, but it is not infinite. Eventually the sky will begin to lighten, the stars will fade, and the sun will rise again. But that is still hours away. For now there is only the darkness, only the quiet, only the peace. The night sleeps on, his breathing slow and regular, his body relaxed and at peace. He is safe here, beneath the tree, beside the river, under the stars. The cloak is warm around him, the ground is soft beneath him, and the tree is solid at his back. Everything is as it should be. Everything is right, and the night sleeps on undisturbed, at peace, lost in the deep and gentle void of sleep, lost in the soft and peaceful now that stretches out endlessly in all directions, timeless and eternal and good. The stars shine on, faint and distant, and the river flows on, soft and quiet, and the wind moves through the branches of the tree, gentle and soothing. The night air is cool but not cold, just enough to make the warmth of the cloak feel pleasant and comforting against his skin. The night does not stir, does not move, his body completely relaxed, completely at rest. His hands lie still at his sides, his fingers slightly curled, his palms open and relaxed. There is no tension anywhere in his body, no tightness, no discomfort. He is simply here, simply resting, simply being. The horse shifts again in its sleep, a small movement, barely noticeable, and then settles back into stillness. Its breathing is deep and regular, a slow rhythm that matches the rhythm of the night itself. The animal is content here, safe here, able to rest without worry or fear. And the night, somewhere in his sleep, is aware of this, is comforted by the knowledge that his companion is at peace. The river continues its endless journey downstream, the water moving over rocks and around bends, flowing always forward, always onward. But here, beside the elm tree, the river seems to slow, seems to linger, as if it too is reluctant to leave this peaceful place. The sound it makes is softer than a whisper, gentler than a sigh, just a faint murmur that blends with the rustling of the leaves and the soft breathing of the night and his horse. The darkness is complete now, total and absolute, but it is not an empty darkness. It is filled with the presence of the tree, the river, the stars, the sleeping night and his horse. It is a darkness that holds life within it, that cradles and protects, that allows rest and recovery. The night is part of this darkness now, merged with it, one with the night and all it contains. His dreams continue to drift and flow, shapeless and gentle, like clouds moving across a summer sky. There are no images in these dreams, no stories or narratives, just impressions of warmth and safety, of being held and cared for, of being exactly where he needs to be. The dreams do not trouble him, do not disturb his rest. They are simply there, a soft background to the deeper peace of sleep. The tree's roots go deep into the earth, anchoring it firmly to the ground, and the night feels somehow connected to those roots, as if he too is rooted here, grounded here, part of the earth itself. He can feel the solidity of the ground beneath him, can feel the way it supports him completely, asking nothing in return, simply being there, solid and reliable and true. The wind moves again through the branches, stirring the leaves with a sound like gentle rain, and the night's breathing deepens in response, becoming slower and more rhythmic. He is sinking deeper now, deeper into sleep, deeper into rest, down to a place where even dreams fade away, and there is only the pure and simple peace of being. The stars continue their slow wheel across the sky, turning in patterns that have been repeated for thousands of years to come. They are constant and unchanging, a reminder that some things endure, that some things remain the same, even as everything else changes and flows and moves on. The night does not see them now, his eyes closed in sleep, but they are there watching over him, their light, gentle, and kind. The horse's head rests on the ground, its eyes closed, its body completely relaxed. It dreams too, simple dreams of grass and water, and the steady presence of the night nearby. The dreams are comfortable and familiar like old friends, and the horse rests easy in them, content and at peace. The ashes of the fire have cooled completely now, and the faint smell of wood smoke has begun to fade, carried away by the gentle breeze. But the memory of the fire remains, the warmth it provided, the light it offered, the companionship it gave. The night sleeps on, warmed now by the cloak and the shelter of the tree, needing nothing more. The night is deep and quiet, so quiet that the smallest sounds seem magnified, seem important. The soft rustle of a leaf, the distant call of a night bird, the gentle flow of the river, all these sounds create a tapestry of peace, a backdrop against which the night's sleep unfolds. He hears none of them consciously, but they are there, part of the night, part of the world that holds him safe. His breathing is so slow now, so gentle, that it is almost imperceptible, just a faint rise and fall of his chest beneath the heavy cloak. His heart beats steadily, reliably keeping time with the rhythm of the earth itself, the slow and ancient pulse that underlies all life. He is alive and he is resting, and that is enough. The tree stands tall and strong above him, its branches reaching up toward the stars, its leaves whispering secrets to the wind. It has stood here for longer than the night has been alive, will stand here long after he is gone, a silent witness to the passage of time, to the endless cycle of days and nights, seasons and years. But for now, in this moment, it is here for him, sheltering him, protecting him, keeping watch while he sleeps. The river flows on, patient and eternal, carrying with it the memories of rain and mountain streams, of tributaries and confluences, of all the places it has been, and all the places it will go. But here, in this moment, it flows past the elm tree and the sleeping night, adding its voice to the quiet symphony of the night. The darkness deepens further still, if such a thing is possible, becoming not just an absence of light, but a presence in itself, a gentle weight that settles over everything, holding it still, holding it safe. The night is wrapped in this darkness like a child in a blanket, warm and secure, needing nothing, wanting nothing, simply resting in the embrace of the night. His face is peaceful in sleep, relaxed and calm, with no lines of worry or concern. His jaw is loose, his mouth slightly open, his breathing soft and even. He looks younger in sleep, more vulnerable, more human. The armor of the day has fallen away, leaving only the man beneath, tired and in need of rest, grateful for this quiet place and this peaceful night. The horse breathes on, its breath visible for a moment in the cool air, a small cloud that forms and then dissipates over and over, a gentle rhythm that marks the passing of time. But time itself seems to have slowed here, seems to have lost its urgency, its forward momentum. There is only now, only this moment, stretching out endlessly, peacefully, calmly. The stars are beginning to shift in their positions, moving slowly across the sky as the earth turns beneath them. But the movement is so gradual, so subtle, that it is impossible to see unless you watch for a very long time. The night does not watch. He sleeps on, undisturbed, unaware, lost in the deep peace of rest. The cloak around him has settled into place, molding itself to his body, providing warmth where it is needed, allowing air to circulate where it is needed. It is an old cloak, well worn and well used, and it knows its job well. It keeps the night warm without making him too hot, protects him from the dew without suffocating him, and he sleeps on beneath it, comfortable and safe. The ground beneath him is soft with grass and moss, and it cushions his body gently, supporting him without pressing too hard, allowing him to rest without discomfort. The earth is kind to him tonight, offering him a bed as comfortable as any he has known, and he accepts the gift without question, without even knowing that he is receiving it. The tree's bark is rough against his back, but not painfully so, and it provides a solid support that keeps him from rolling over in his sleep, keeps him in a position that allows his muscles to relax completely. The tree asks nothing of him, expects nothing from him, simply stands and offers its strength and stability, and the night rests against it, grateful without knowing that he is grateful. The river's voice grows softer still, fading into the background until it is barely there at all, just a faint impression of sound, a memory of flowing water. But even in its near silence, it provides a constant, a steady presence that anchors the night, that gives it shape and form. The night sleeps on, his breathing synchronized with the river's flow, his heartbeat matching its rhythm. The wind has died down almost completely now, and the air is very still, very calm. The leaves of the tree hang motionless, and the grass does not stir. Everything is perfectly quiet, perfectly peaceful, as if the world has paused to take a breath, to rest for a moment before continuing on its way. And in that pause the night sleeps deep and dreamless, at peace. His hands are still now, no longer moving even in small, unconscious gestures. They lie open and relaxed, palms up, fingers slightly curved, resting on the ground beside him. There is no tension in them, no gripping, no holding on. He has let go of everything, has released all concerns and worries, all thoughts and plans, and he simply rests, simply exists, simply breathes. The horse's breathing has slowed even further, becoming deeper and more regular, and the animal has settled into a profound rest, a sleep that is healing and restorative. Its muscles are loose and relaxed, its body completely at ease, and it dreams gentle dreams of wide meadows and clear streams, of sun and wind and freedom. The stars shine on, their light traveling across unimaginable distances to reach this quiet place beside the river, to touch the sleeping night and his horse with their gentle glow. They have shone on countless nights, on countless travelers, on countless moments of peace and rest, and they will shine on for countless more. They are eternal and unchanging, a constant in a world that is always moving, always changing, always flowing forward. The night's sleep deepens further still, moving into a place beyond dreams, beyond thought, beyond awareness of any kind. He is simply there, simply existing, his body and mind at rest, his spirit at peace. There is nothing to disturb him here, nothing to wake him, nothing to trouble his rest. He is safe, he is protected, he is held by the night itself. The darkness around him is warm now, not cold, as if it has absorbed some of the heat from the fire that burned earlier, as if it is giving that warmth back to him now, slowly and gently, keeping him comfortable through the cool night hours. He does not notice this, does not consciously register the warmth, but his body knows it, responds to it, relaxes into it. The tree continues to stand watch, its branches spread wide like protective arms, its roots dug deep into the earth like anchors. It has weathered many storms, has seen many seasons come and go, has provided shelter to countless creatures over the years. And tonight it provides shelter to this knight and his horse, asking nothing in return, simply being what it is, doing what it does, standing and sheltering and protecting. The river flows on in its channel, wearing away at the stones in its bed, grain by grain, year by year, century by century. It is patient and persistent, never hurrying, never stopping, always moving forward at its own steady pace. The night's breathing matches that pace, slow and steady and constant, and he sleeps on, lulled by the rhythm of the water. The wind stirs again, just barely, a breath of air that moves across the meadow and through the branches of the tree, carrying with it the scent of distant places, of forests and fields and mountains far away. But the scent is faint and fleeting, and it does not disturb the night's sleep, does not wake him or trouble him. It simply passes by, a traveler like himself, moving on to wherever it is going. The horse shifts one more time, adjusting its position slightly, and then is completely still. Its breathing is so quiet now that it is almost inaudible, just a faint whisper of air moving in and out of its lungs. It is deeply asleep, profoundly at rest, and it will sleep through the night without waking, without stirring, until the morning comes and brings with it the light and warmth of a new day. But that is still hours away, and for now there is only the night, only the darkness, only the peace and quiet and stillness. The night sleeps on, his body completely relaxed, his mind completely at rest. He is not aware of the passing of time, not aware of the stars moving slowly across the sky, not aware of anything at all. He simply sleeps deeply and peacefully, held safe by the night. The cloak rises and falls gently with his breathing, a slow and steady rhythm that speaks of deep rest, of complete relaxation. The fabric is soft against his skin, worn smooth by years of use, and it carries with it the memory of countless other nights like this one, countless other times when it has kept him warm and safe while he slept. The ground beneath him seems to cradle him, to hold him gently, supporting his weight without effort, without strain. The earth is ancient and patient, and it has held countless sleepers over the millennia, has provided rest to travelers and wanderers and knights and common folk alike. Tonight it holds this night, and it does so with the same patient kindness it has always shown. The tree's leaves rustle one more time, a soft and gentle sound, and then are still. The branches sway slightly in a breeze that is barely there, and then they too are still. Everything is motionless now, everything is quiet. The world has settled into a deep and profound stillness, a pause between one moment and the next, and in that stillness the night rests. His face is turned slightly to one side, his cheek resting against the rolled-up edge of his pack, and his expression is one of complete peace, complete contentment. There are no dreams troubling him now, no thoughts disturbing his rest. There is only the deep and empty peace of sleep, the kind of sleep that heals and restores, that allows the body to recover from the day's exertions and prepare for the day to come. The stars continue their slow wheel across the heavens, marking the passage of the hours in their ancient and unchanging way. They are so far away, so distant, and yet their light reaches this place, touches this sleeping night, connects him to the vast and infinite universe beyond. He is small, insignificant in the grand scheme of things, and yet he is here, he is alive, he is part of it all. The river flows on, carrying water from the mountains to the sea, a journey that has been going on for longer than anyone can remember, that will continue long after everyone now living has passed away. The night is just one small part of that long story, one small moment in the endless flow of time, but he is part of it nonetheless, and the river acknowledges him as it flows past, adding its voice to the lullaby of the night. The horse dreams on, its dreams growing fainter and more distant as it sinks deeper into sleep. Soon there will be no dreams at all, just the pure and empty rest of deep sleep, the kind that allows the body to heal and the mind to rest completely. The animal is safe here, protected here, and it knows this on some deep and instinctive level, and so it can rest without fear, without vigilance, simply trusting that all is well. The night's breathing grows even slower, even deeper, until it seems almost to stop, until there is a long pause between each breath, a moment of perfect stillness before the next slow inhalation begins. His heart beats on, steady and reliable, but it too has slowed, matching the rhythm of sleep, the rhythm of rest, the deep and ancient rhythm of life itself. The night is at its deepest point now, the darkest hour, when even the stars seem to dim, and the darkness feels most complete. But it is not a frightening darkness, not an oppressive darkness. It is simply the natural darkness of night, the time when the world rests and recovers, when the day's heat fades and the earth can cool and breathe and be still. The tree stands in that darkness, a darker shape against the dark sky, and it continues to watch over the sleeping night, continues to provide shelter and protection. Its roots go deep, drawing water and nutrients from the earth, and its branches reach high, touching the sky, connecting earth and heaven, grounding and aspiring all at once. The river's voice is now so faint that it might be imagined rather than heard, just a whisper at the very edge of perception, a suggestion of sound rather than sound itself. But it is there, constant and unchanging, and it provides a foundation for the silence, a base note upon which the stillness of the night is built. The wind has stopped completely now, and the air is perfectly still, perfectly calm. There is no movement anywhere, no sound, no disturbance of any kind. The world has become a painting, a still life, a frozen moment of perfect peace. And in that moment, the night sleeps on, undisturbed, at rest, at peace. His hands have relaxed even further, if such a thing is possible, until they lie completely open and loose, all tension gone, all holding released. He has let go of everything now, has surrendered completely to sleep, to rest, to the embrace of the night, and the night accepts him, holds him, keeps him safe. The horse's breathing is synchronized with the night's now, the two of them breathing together, in and out, slow and deep, as if they are one being rather than two. They are companions, partners, and even in sleep they remain connected, their rhythms aligned, their rest shared. The stars are beginning their slow descent toward the western horizon, though they are still hours away from setting. They will shine on through the rest of the night, keeping their vigil, watching over the sleeping world below. They ask nothing, expect nothing, simply shine, simply are, simply exist in their ancient and eternal way. The night's sleep is so deep now that it would take a great effort to wake him, a loud noise or a strong shake. But there are no loud noises here, no disturbances, nothing to wake him. There is only the quiet, the peace, the stillness. And so he sleeps on deeply and dreamlessly, his body completely at rest, his mind completely still. The cloak has settled into its final position now, draped over him just so, providing maximum warmth and comfort. It knows its job well, this old cloak, and it performs it faithfully, asking nothing in return, simply being what it is, doing what it does. The ground beneath him has molded itself to his shape, the grass and moss compressed just enough to be comfortable, not so much as to be hard. The earth supports him completely, holds him gently, and he rests upon it as a child rests in its mother's arms, safe and secure and loved. The tree's bark has warmed slightly where his back rests against it, absorbing some of his body heat and radiating it back to him, creating a small pocket of warmth that helps to keep him comfortable through the cool night. The tree does not know it is doing this, does not think about it, simply does it naturally as part of what it is. The river continues to flow, patient and eternal, and the night continues to breathe, slow and steady, and the horse continues to sleep, deep and peaceful, and the night continues to hold them all, gentle and kind. And that is all there is, and that is enough, and it will remain so through all the long hours until morning comes, and the cycle begins again. The darkness has a texture now, a weight, almost like a physical presence that can be felt against the skin. It is not oppressive or heavy, just a gentle pressure, a soft embrace that wraps around the night and holds him close. He does not feel it consciously, but his body knows it is there, responds to it, relaxes into it even more deeply. The stars continue their slow journey across the sky, their positions shifting so gradually that the change is imperceptible from one moment to the next. Only if you watched for hours would you see the movement, would you understand that they are not fixed, but traveling, always traveling, through the endless night. The night does not watch. He sleeps, his eyes closed, his mind at rest. The horse's ears twitch once, a small unconscious movement, responding perhaps to some sound too faint for human ears to hear. But then they are still again, and the animal sleeps on, undisturbed, its body relaxed and comfortable on the soft grass. The night is kind to both of them, to night and horse alike, providing rest and safety and peace. The tree's branches create patterns against the sky, dark shapes that stand out against the slightly lighter darkness of the heavens above. The patterns shift slightly as a very gentle breeze passes through, but then they settle back into place, and all is still once more. The tree has stood here for so long, has seen so many nights like this one, and it will stand through many more. The night's dreams, what little remains of them, are growing fainter now, dissolving like mist in sunlight, fading away into the deeper void of dreamless sleep. Soon there will be nothing left of them, just the pure emptiness of deep rest, the kind of sleep that is most restorative, most healing. His mind is releasing everything now, letting go of all images and thoughts and concerns. The river's surface catches starlight here and there, tiny glints and sparkles that appear and disappear in the flowing water. The light dances for a moment, and then is gone, carried away downstream, replaced by new light, new sparkles, in an endless cycle of appearance and disappearance. The night does not see this small beauty, but it is there nonetheless, a quiet gift from the night. The cloak around him has absorbed some of the coolness of the night air, but the night's body heat has created a warm layer between his skin and the fabric, a comfortable microclimate that keeps him perfectly warm, neither too hot nor too cold. The wool knows how to do this, how to insulate and protect, and it does its job faithfully and well. The ground beneath him is cool but not cold, and it draws away some of the heat from his body, but not too much, just enough to keep him comfortable. The earth knows how to cradle a sleeping person, has done it countless times before, and it does so now with the same patient kindness it has always shown. The horse shifts its tail slightly, a small unconscious adjustment, and then is still again. Its breathing remains deep and even, unchanged, untroubled. The animal is in a place of complete rest now, where the body can heal and restore itself, where strength can be rebuilt and energy renewed. When morning comes, it will wake refreshed and ready, but that is still hours away. The night's heartbeat is so slow now, so steady, that it seems almost to be the heartbeat of the earth itself, the deep pulse that underlies all life, all existence. It beats on, reliable and constant, keeping him alive, keeping him connected to the world, even in the deepest sleep. He does not think about his heart, does not worry about it, simply trusts that it will continue to beat as it has always done. The stars above him are countless and infinite, spreading across the sky in every direction, and each one is a sun like the sun that warmed him during the day, but so far away that their heat cannot be felt, only their light can be seen. They are beautiful and remote, eternal and unchanging, and they shine on this quiet scene with a kind of blessing, a kind of grace. The wind returns, but just barely, a whisper of movement in the air that stirs the leaves for a moment and then is gone. It brings with it the scent of the river, fresh and clean, and the scent of the grass, sweet and green, and these smells mingle with the fading smell of wood smoke from the fire that burned earlier. The night breathes them in without knowing it, and they become part of his sleep, part of his rest. The tree's roots continue their work deep in the earth, drawing water and minerals up through the trunk and out to the branches and leaves, sustaining the life of the tree even as it provides shelter to the sleeping night. The tree does not think about this work, does not plan it or direct it, simply does it naturally as part of what it is, and the night sleeps on, unaware of the quiet miracle happening all around him. The river flows on, its water coming from somewhere upstream, from rain that fell on distant mountains, from snow that melted in high valleys, and it is traveling to somewhere downstream to join with other rivers to eventually reach the sea. But here, in this moment, it flows past the elm tree in the sleeping night, adding its voice to the quiet symphony of the night, a voice that is constant and soothing and eternal. The night's face is peaceful in sleep, all the lines of worry and care smoothed away, leaving only the calm expression of deep rest. His breathing is so slow and so gentle that the rise and fall of his chest is barely visible beneath the heavy cloak. He looks at peace, at rest, at home in this simple place beneath the tree. The The horse's breathing has slowed even further, if such a thing is possible, until it too is barely perceptible, just a faint whisper of air moving in and out. The animal is in the deepest part of sleep now, the part where healing happens, where the body repairs itself and prepares for the day ahead. Its muscles are completely relaxed, its mind completely at rest. The darkness around them is complete and total now, the deepest darkness of the night, when even the faint light of the stars seems dim and distant. But it is not a threatening darkness, not a dangerous darkness. It is simply the natural darkness of night, the time when the world rests and recovers, when daylight fades and sleep comes and all is quiet and still. The tree stands tall in that darkness, a silent sentinel, a guardian and protector. Its presence is reassuring, even though the night is not aware of it, even though he sleeps too deeply to know that it is there. But it is there, solid and strong and unchanging, and it will be there when he wakes, and it will be there long after he has gone. The river's voice grows softer still, so soft now that it might not be there at all, might be only a memory of sound, an echo of flowing water. But it is there, just barely audible, just barely present, a thin thread of sound that connects this moment to all the moments that came before and all the moments that will come after. The wind has stopped again, and the air is perfectly still, perfectly calm. The leaves of the tree do not move, the grass does not stir, even the night's cloak lies motionless over him. Everything is frozen in this moment of perfect peace, perfect stillness, and the night sleeps at the center of it all, held safe by the night. His hands lie open and relaxed beside him, palms up, fingers slightly curved, and there is no tension in them at all, no holding, no gripping. He has released everything, has let go of all the concerns and worries of the day, all the thoughts and plans and uncertainties. There is only this moment, only this rest, only this peace. The horse's head rests on the ground, its eyes closed, its expression one of complete contentment. It is safe here, protected here, and it knows this on some deep and instinctive level. There is no need for vigilance, no need to watch for danger, no need to be alert. It can simply rest, simply sleep, simply be. The stars continue to shine, their light traveling across the unimaginable distances of space to reach this quiet place, this peaceful scene. They have shone on countless nights before this one, on countless sleeping travelers, on countless moments of rest and peace, and they will shine on countless more, eternal and unchanging, a constant and an ever-changing world. The night's breathing is synchronized with the river's flow now, slow and steady and rhythmic, a perfect harmony of breath and water, of life and nature. He does not know this, does not think about it, but his body knows it, responds to it, finds comfort and peace in the rhythm. The cloak over him has settled into its final position, and it will not move again until morning comes and the night stirs and wakes. For now it is still providing warmth and protection, doing its job faithfully and well, asking nothing in return. The ground beneath him supports his weight without effort, without strain, the grass and moss compressed just enough to be comfortable, just enough to cradle him gently. The earth is patient and kind, and it provides this small service to the sleeping night. The river flows on, patient and eternal, and the night breathes on, slow and steady, and the horse sleeps on, deep and peaceful, and the stars shine on, bright and distant, and the night holds them all gentle and kind.